Hey there, welcome. I'm Patti Buchholtz, and I have my dear friend Holly Bromley here, and we are talking about Nourish and Flourish community. We are super excited. We went live the other day, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. I am currently still a personal trainer and just a little bit at a time, and I love it because I get to help people. And that's something else I've done. I locked arms with this company almost 30 years ago and I get to help people nutritionally too. And that is kind of how we started this Nourish and Flourish community. And so I'll let Holly talk a little bit about what she has done in the past. And I love it because she's going to be talking about research stuff, which is more her category.
Yes, and I'm Holly Bromley. Thank you for joining us. Um, yeah, the Nourish and Flourish is near and dear to my heart. Number one, I'm a skeptic. My background is I have a degree in biology. Science is important to me, but I'm always the eternal skeptic. And you're going to see why I have fallen in love with this community and why I'm so passionate about what we're going to be showing you because in the last 14 years, I'm coming up on my 14th anniversary with this company in 2 days. Never thought I would do anything like this ever. You're not going to get me to even put a foot in the door. But here I am, and I just see lives changed around me. It's changed the lives of people I love in my family and friends. So I can't wait to share.
Awesome. And so we're going to go ahead and share some slides. Let me know. Here we go. Okay. Are you guys seeing it?
I see it, just needs to
Okay.
be expanded.
There you go. How's that? Perfect.
Perfect.
Good. Okay. Well, I already did my intro. And if you listen to our Facebook Live, towards the end, we talked about one simple change. Really, to get on the right track, you should be able to do one simple change. And so we're going to go through a couple things today. And so I'm going to actually let Holly start with this first slide. So, Holly, handing it over.
All right. So when we talk about one simple change, we're talking about ways that we can tap into better health and why. There has to be a why. You're never going to do anything until there is a why. And my why is these statistics are frightening. You know, 1 in 4 people will die of heart disease and heart related issues. That means if I go through my friends list on Facebook and I have 1,000 friends, 250 of them are going to die of heart disease. And that is horrible. And I've lost friends already. I had a friend 2 weeks ago, young, healthy, athletic. He died of a heart attack. So 1 in 3 people will have cancer. So that is a horrendous statistic, and it gets closer to 1 in 2 when you talk about men because of skin cancer and prostate cancer. Not only are 1 in 3 people going to have diabetes, but when we look at our children, 1 in 3 of our children are going to end up with diabetes. And the statistic that scared me when I was a kid, there were no children with diabetes except what they called juvenile diabetes, which is type 1, and it's an autoimmune disease that attacks the pancreas. But the type 2 was then called adult onset diabetes. That's because it was a condition that came with aging people and poor diets. But now we have children with type 2 diabetes and 1 in 3 kids. That means, if my 6 grandkids, statistically, 2 will be diabetic. And then even now, 1 in 5 children, 20% of our kids are obese. When I ran around the playground, you didn't see fat kids except for occasionally. And now 20% of the kids are considered obese. So it is a really serious problem. And why do we have that problem? Well, it's unhealthy lifestyle habits. There's fast food restaurants on every corner, there's vending machines in the schools, there's convenience foods in the grocery store. People have lost touch with cooking real food. They want quick and easy. And the problem is that quick and easy foods are absolutely processed in a way that people are eating 70% or more of processed food. It's highly palatable, but it's filled with artificial ingredients, artificial color, artificial flavorings, preservatives, things like that. And so it's not even real food. And even the food we're growing in our fields, like broccoli, It's got up to 80% less in nutrition than it used to. And the reason is when we take crops and grow them over and over and over in the same fields, the nutritional content in the, as far as minerals in the soils are so depleted that if the plant can't take up the calcium and the iron and the phosphorus, it's lacking, and then that lack of those nutrients leads to a lower content of vitamins too. So our food is just not as nutritious.
It's crazy. And
Yeah.
that's such good information. And you talk about what can we do? And exercise, sleep better, manage stress, drink water, drink more water, eat real food. And it sometimes sounds so overwhelming, but exercise can be as much as walking to the corner of your block and back. I say if you do 15 minutes of exercise and nothing else, then you're doing something. Sleep is so important, and as you get older, I think it's more difficult for all of us. And there's so many things out there that you can do. One is meditation, listening to certain apps. I use a magnesium spray on my body where I have my aches and pains, and I put some on the bottom of my feet, and it really helps. And that's something you can buy at a health food store. Managing stress, there's so many different things you can do, and it's the same with sleep. But find out what works for you. And drinking water, I always say the easy solution is take your body weight. If you weighed 100 pounds, you divide it in half, and that's how many ounces of water you should be drinking a day. And it really makes a difference. And I know people that are getting older actually have the biggest challenge. And eat real food, you probably have heard, just shop the parameter of the grocery store. But if you eat things that are very, like Holly was talking, your fresh produce, fresh food, try to stay away from the processed foods. It makes a huge difference. So why eat real food? And I love this statistic because it's so preventable. But it's pretty scary too. 75% of chronic disease is preventable with good nutrition. And Dr. William Sears is someone everybody knows or have heard of. He's written many books. And so it is something that you can do by good nutrition. And that's something we're going to talk about.
Right. No, and the thing is, people don't understand the power of real food. I did not understand the power of real food. To me, a calorie was a calorie, food is food, just whatever you eat, whether it's processed or not. And I could not have been more wrong. And, it's kind of one of those things once you learn, you go, wow, the change is magnificent. So, how do fruits and vegetables protect us? Well, the biggest thing is oxidative stress. Think of oxidation like rust when you expose a metal or an apple to
Oops, sorry about that.
oxygen. It starts to rust. Well, you cut an apple in half and you can see the oxidative stress is where the oxygen is hitting the tissues and it's starting to break it down. Well, a good antioxidant would be something like lemon juice. If you rub lemon juice on half that apple, the antioxidant is going to protect the tissues from breaking down. Well, in our body, the fruits and vegetables that we eat help to scour our body of free radicals, which is like, think of a charged atom that's going to hit the side of your blood vessels like a spark. Well, if you have a spark coming out of your fireplace and it lands on the carpet, you're going to get a little burn mark. Well, that's what's happening in our blood vessels. When we get those little burn marks from the charged free radicals, it's pock marking, and then our body has to put on kind of a band-aid to protect the lining of, it's called the epithelium inside our blood vessels. Well, that's where we get plaque. So just managing oxidative stress is huge in disease prevention, because oxidative stress, number one precursor to things like cancer, stroke, diabetes. So protecting your body in simple ways by the use of fruits and vegetables is super important.
Yep.
And I think
Um,
the next slide,
I'm trying to get
it's
there. It's not letting me go.
I'll just start
There we
talking about it
go.
because I know it's you are what you eat. If you want to read a really great book, it's called Highly Processed People. And it's talking about the effect of processed foods in our diets. People are used to basically fake foods, and yet when we're eating these foods that are high in calories, high in taste, but low in nutrition content, you get something called high calorie malnutrition. You're getting the calories you need, but you're not getting the nutrition you need to heal your body. And every 28 days, your skin replaces itself. The skin on my arm is not the same as it was a month or two ago. It's been replaced. The liver cells, 5 months, your bones, even get replaced every 10 years. So your body is continually renewing and making new cells to replace the old tissues. But if you're not feeding it well, then those tissues are breaking down. And so, really understanding you are what you eat is not just an old saying, it really is the content, the nutritional content of your food is going into your body. And that's what's giving your body the power to heal, to replenish, to regenerate, and to stay healthy.
Thanks, Holly. And yes, we need 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. And I know I don't get that. Um, And if you're pregnant or if you're an elite athlete, you need more than that. So that's something to really be thinking about. Produce that is picked before, most produce that we buy is picked way before it develops and it's transported thousands of miles. So we don't get the variety that we need, the colors of the rainbow. So I love this slide.
My favorite.
Fruits, fruits and vegetable versus multivitamins. And this apple has 10,000 phytonutrients working in synergy. And a vitamin has approximately 30 nutrients, isolated nutrient. And so it's always most important to eat the real food, right? And so I love this slide because it really gives you a visual of the difference of a multivitamin compared to an apple, fresh fruit.
Yeah,
And
and
go ahead.
I think this is one of the most important things is um the picture of the apple. That is my very favorite thing because scientists don't know. If you look at the ingredient list of an apple, science doesn't really know what every one of those ingredients do in your body, but every cell of your body knows how to use real food. And food is, we hear of macronutrients, that's the fat, the protein, the carbohydrates. What we really need are the micronutrients. It's like putting oil in your car. Sure, your car is going to go when you put gas in it, but you need the oil to keep it lubricated and running smoothly. Well, the micronutrients, that is the real essential part of food that keeps us healthy and what processed food simply doesn't have. So Juice Plus has innovated, and this is 30 years ago now, the ability to take fresh, whole fruits, vegetables, berries, and now oils in the Omega blend, and to concentrate. When you take out the water and the fiber and the sugar, you have micronutrients, tens of thousands of micronutrients. And that's what Juice Plus has been doing now for 30 years. And it's an amazing thing when you flood your body. So what I love about how Juice Plus is made is, if first of all, it's simple. It's plants. When you look at the label, it's got a food label. It doesn't have a supplement label because it's plants. What they do is they partner with family farmers throughout the U.S. My favorite one
Right.
is that they work with an orange grove in Southern California that's been in the family for, I think, 150 years. So they have a really direct connection with their growers. They know how it's grown, how cleanly it's grown, what type of vegetable they're growing. So they've partnered, which is fantastic. They harvest everything at the peak of ripeness. When we go to the grocery store to get a tomato, it was picked green. So, but food attains all those wonderful nutrients right when it's really becoming vine and tree ripe. They quick freeze it, sometimes right at the field to prevent nutrition loss. And then they pulverize it so that they can get just the fruit and vegetable particles. And when they dry it at low temperatures to remove the water and even the sugar, what you're getting is raw food. So they haven't even cooked out the natural enzymes. So they put these powders, once they powder it and put the blends together, they can put it in the convenient capsule or chew. And my favorite is the superfood that you're going to learn about too, where we can just take it really easily.
Yes, and I love that. We get to talk about that in a sec. And Juice Plus is unique. It's food. It's not a vitamin. And that's something that really attracted me to this product is I was looking to get more fruits and vegetables inside myself as a single mom at the time and my daughter. And it's a food. It's not a vitamin. And it has a food label. It's non-GMO. So we're hearing more and more about non-GMO. And I learned about non-GMO 30 years ago because of this Juice Plus company, because that's how forward thinking they are. It's a vegan, it's dairy free, gluten free, it's NSF certified, which is huge for me as a personal trainer, and that's third party approved. Top-notch athletes, Olympians can use Juice Plus because it is NSF certified. And it's also the most research nutritional product in the world. And Holly's going to talk a little bit about the studies, but I believe we're close to 50 studies now. So we'll show you that. And then this is what Holly and I were both talking about, the superfood. It just came out, I don't know, I think within a year, and it is amazing. I use my superfood powder. It's the same core blend as everything else that Juice Plus has, the capsules and the chewables. But you just pour it in your water and you either drink the water. I put it in my smoothie because it just helps me to just get going, and it's easy to mix. It's yummy. It's again vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO, all those things. And it doesn't break a fast for those of you that do any kind of keto diet or any kind of fasting. You can do the superfoods and not break your fast. And this is for Holly.
This is where the science geek, as I say, my degree is in biology and I learned how to learn to read research. I get so excited about this. Not everybody does. They just want to know it works. And trust me, it works in so many great ways. But when I first started looking this, I'm like, there's so many products out there. And how do you know what's good, what's bad? You hear reports of things being contaminated, that they're not everything, there's sawdust in the vitamins, whatever. Other companies say, oh, yes, we have lots of research. But it turns out that they built their own labs, hired their own scientists, and choose what they're going to publish. This is independent clinical research. And if you look at this slide, you're going to see schools that you recognize, things like MD Anderson Cancer Institute, Harvard, Brigham Young, University of Florida, University Internationally, University of Milan, Italy, Newcastle in Australia. There's a Tokyo, University of Tokyo, I think. So it is international research, clinical research. And what's important to know, it is third party. So Juice Plus provides the product, but they don't have a say in what is being researched, once it's being researched and what's being published. So, and it's gold standard. It is the best kind, double blind placebo control. And the results, now, when you have almost 50, I think we're at 47 clinical studies now. When you have a body of 30 years of clinical research, it starts piling up and you start seeing consistent patterns. And the clinical research is showing something very consistent, that the real food getting into your bloodstream, first of all, it's bioavailable, it's getting into your bloodstream. Some of it starts working within hours, helping to produce polyphenols in your gut. Some things take a few weeks. Some things start showing up in a few months. But what happens when you consistently flood your body with these fruits, vegetables, and berries, it's very clear from research that it's doing something incredibly positive, reducing systemic inflammation, aiding in healing, improving the health of your skin, hair, gums. It's pretty amazing. It even reduces insulin resistance. So, and this research has been done from prepubescent boys to elderly smokers, so top level athletes to elderly patients. So it's a wide variety of human beings with real health issues.
Yeah,
So
amazing. And we could talk about the studies for hours. This is one of my favorite, the Healthy Starts. And this company is amazing. It's given so much of the product away, and it's for ages 4 to 25. So any adult any order, you can sponsor a child. And both my grandboys have been on it as soon as they could get powders in their mouth. We were doing that. But I just love the statistics that we have had that 71 are consuming less fast foods and soft drinks. That's huge. And less doctor's visits. They're drinking more water. And this, you got to remember, this is not just for the kids, but this is some of the results that adults are able to experience also. And then I get to talk about the shakes, which I absolutely love. And I don't know if you've noticed in the news, but there's a lot of say about lead in protein powders. And I love our product. Again, it goes along with Holly talking about the studies, what it's studied, and what's in it and what's not in it. And our complete powder, it's a plant-based. It's broccoli and radish and alfalfa sprouts, mushrooms, all the good things that you want. And it's a good protein powder. It's healthy, it's low glycemic. It is an important part of your diet. And then our Perform, which is amazing because I like high protein, so I always stick with the Perform. But to be able to get 25 grams of protein for my muscle recovery and repair and support my bone health as I get older, I just love that we have good shakes.
Absolutely. And this is one I am so in love with Luminate. Luminate is I have to have it every day. It is a formulation where now this is a product that they don't have the firsthand research now yet because it's brand new to the Juice Plus lineup, but they took ingredients that were clinically proven to aid in memory and in focus and mood elevation and things like alpha galanga and ashwagandha and different kinds of mushrooms like cordyceps and lion's mane. So these things help with focus and clarity. They help elevate the mood, super low sugar, and it's cheaper than a Starbucks coffee, and it really just hones in my mind. So I love it. If you anybody knows me, I have a little bit of ADD. And this really is amazing. It helps me so much. The next product, this is our brand new, just added to the Juice Plus family because people are really struggling with gut health. There are so many, you can't turn on the radio without hearing ads for medications for irritable bowel or Crohn's or whatever. Gut health is so important in ways that people don't even realize. Gut health is tied to your immune function, your neurotransmitters going back and forth to your brain, and the health of your whole body because your intestines are what's getting the nutrition out of your food. So you need healthy gut biome in order to, or microbiome in order to be healthy. And so this is a probiotic and a prebiotic. And so the probiotic are all the live microorganisms that you're putting into your gut to populate your gut. It's in a capsule that resists the acid of your stomach. If you take a probiotic and swallow it, and yet your stomach acid is killing off all those good buggies before it gets to your intestine, it's really not doing that good. So they've protected it. And then the prebiotic is a fiber blend that goes to feed those really great microorganisms to keep your gut health. And so it's a really great new product and super needed.
It is, and I'm so excited about it. And people always ask us, is it's affordable? And I say, compared to what? The picture here is showing that it's $4 or more just for a cup of coffee. But I say, go take an apple, an orange, and a banana out of the grocery store, and guess what? You are spending pretty close to $5 a day. So Juice Plus is way more affordable than most people even think. You cannot go out and buy 30 different fruits and vegetables for less than $4 a day. And it is a gift. I feel like I gift people when I'm at the gym, gifting them getting stronger, being able to do things that they didn't get to do. But I get to gift people with fruits and vegetables that increase their immune system, that make them healthier, just all the things we've been talking about. So I feel that I get to gift people in two different parts of their life. And I'm just so glad to be a part of this community.
Yeah, there really is no greater gift than to hear a friend who's been struggling with whatever. We don't make claims for healing and cures of medical things, but when your body is fed well, your body knows what to do with nutrition, and the natural consequence is so often an improvement in whatever somebody's struggling with. And that is such a great gift. And it's that that causes us to want to share Juice Plus with others. It feeds me to my soul to have somebody say they have less aches and pains, or they're not as sick as often, or the doctor has reduced the dosage of the prescription. Feeds me to the core. So it drives us to want to share this with other people. And this company, yeah, when I say skeptic, I was more skeptical of companies than I was of the products. And this company is so unique. First of all, it's over 50 years old now and is in 25 plus companies or countries. Um, you can become an affiliate for $52 a year. That's only $1 a week. No inventory, no delivering products, no quotas, nobody saying, have you hit your goals? Have you hit your goals? Which we make goals. We certainly do make goals, but it's what we want to do and how far we want to take it. And all positions are permanent, which means if you attain a certain level, they're not going to demote you because you didn't perform, because life got busy, or you had a baby, or you hit retirement. So that's wonderful. Very narrow focus product line. What you noticed is we don't have a huge catalog. We have a few specific products that are nutrition based to improve human health. How do we get more fruits and vegetables into your body? So super narrow. We're not going into dog vitamins and dish soap. It's a consumable product. So if you're looking for an income based, you're not going to worry about somebody being, too much Tupperware. I just use that because I don't even hear anybody sell Tupperware anymore. But there's never a time that you don't need to keep good food going into your body. So that consumable, there's commissions and there's sales profit. We get tax write-offs. I can write off mileage. I can write off a portion of my home or my computer printer paper or whatever. So has the tax benefits. And, it's a benefit to my whole family. It's just given us this extra income. It's given us the health to enjoy our life. So it really is a neat company. It's focused on helping people, and there's benefits to building, whether you want to just share it with a few family members or build for a better tomorrow. For financial security, we have incredible bonuses, performance bonus, promotion. Every time we get a new promotion level, there is a financial bonus. There's business. Once you hit a certain level, they give you a business incentive bonus to help pay for things like your gas, your tickets, your cost of doing business. Wellness bonus for health insurance and gym. Holiday bonus. How cool is that? Getting a check every year saying thank you. My husband works for one of the biggest corporations in the United States. They don't give him anything. So it's kind of wonderful. And then tuition reimbursement that is available to some of the people in our company that have reached a certain level where their kids or they can further their education and have help with that. So it's a very generous company.
And that is very, very cool. And so we are here at the end, and we invite you to join us. And there's a couple options here. Eat Juice Plus. It does, I think it probably makes a lot of sense to you. Share it, sponsor a child, share it with the child. We've sponsored people in our neighborhood or kids in our neighborhood or church, so you can sponsor anyone. Share your own product and save. And that's kind of what direction I went at the first when I first learned. I wanted to do this for my daughter and myself, and how did I do it the best way? And I never looked back, and I'm so glad I never did. And or, you'd like to have that extra income that you can retire with, because retirement's a little harder now, or to pay for a car, or to pay for a kid's tuition, or there's so many things that we could just use $200 to $800 extra a month. It's your choice, and we would love to have you join us, lock arms with us, join us with our Nourish and Flourish community. I know you would not regret ever looking back. So thank you for joining us. We appreciate you taking your time, and we hope to connect with you soon. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.